Belfast, Northern Ireland. The year is 1909. Dawn rises slowly over the Harland and Wolff shipyards, revealing a landscape forged from iron, smoke, and ambition. The air tastes of coal dust. Steam coils upward from pipes like breath from a giant awakening. Thousands of men march through the gates, shoulders hunched, their boots echoing against the cold ground. Their eyes are tired before the day begins, but their hands are steady. They are here to build something that doesn't yet feel real. Not a ship, but an idea, a promise, a legend waiting to be born. Her name, Titanic, means little for now. Only a code on blueprints, a whisper between engineers. Lines drawn in pencil on paper already smudged by sweat and urgency. But in those lines lies the hunger of an empire, the hunger to conquer the ocean, to prove that steel and human will can bend nature itself. The construction is brutal. Steel plates the size of houses are hoisted into place. Rivets are hammered in by teams, moving in perfect rhythm, their blows striking like distant artillery. Sparks fly in bright arcs, the scaffolding groans, heat ripples off the half-formed hull. Every sound merges into a single, relentless heartbeat. Weeks turn to months. Months turn to years. The Titanic grows in silence and thunder, rising from the mud like a sleeping mountain. People begin to gather at the shipyard fence just to glimpse her colossal frame. Newspapers print bold headlines. Engineers speak of unprecedented safety. Some whisper the word unsinkable. Most don't say it aloud, not yet, but they feel it. And then the day arrives. May 31st, 1911. A crowd fills the docks, tens of thousands of faces packed together like waves against a shore. Flags flutter, cameras flash, children sit on their fathers' shoulders to see better. And on the slipway, the massive hull waits, trembling with potential energy. With a shudder that travels through the earth, the Titanic begins to slide. Slowly at first, then faster. Steel meets water with a roar. Sirens scream, people cheer and cry. The giant has entered the sea. But a ship is not alive just because it floats. Her soul must still be built. Her destiny still unwritten. Her tragedy still waiting in the dark. For now, the Titanic is only a masterpiece of engineering. Flawless, gleaming, incomplete. A creature waiting for its first breath, its first passengers, and its first and only voyage. And in less than a year, that voyage will begin. April 10th, 1912. Southampton awakens before the sun. A pale light spills over the harbor, revealing a crowd gathering like a rising tide. Mothers straighten their children's coats. Men clutch tickets with trembling fingers. Porters rush back and forth, pushing carts piled with luggage and hopes. And then she appears through the mist. The Titanic. It is almost impossible to understand her scale until she stands before you. Nearly 300 meters of steel, towering funnels reaching into the sky. She does not look built. She looks summoned, as if the earth itself forged a monument to human ambition. Families embrace in long, quiet moments. Some are starting new lives in America. Some are returning home. Some are chasing dreams they can barely name. And a few simply want to tell their children later in life, I sailed on the greatest ship ever built. Passengers begin to board. First class glides up the gangway with elegance. Men in tailored coats, women wearing hats like sculptures, children gripping polished suitcases. They enter a world that feels like the future. Carved wood, soft carpets, glowing lamps. A sweeping grand staircase under a dome of glass. A clock adorned with allegories of honor and glory. It is not a ship. It is a floating palace. In second class, people walk with humble pride. Their cabins are bright, clean, and welcoming, a rare luxury for many families. They settle in, write postcards, and explore the outer decks with shy excitement. And deep below, in third class, something different happens. Hope fills every corner. Immigrant families unpack modest belongings, a photograph, a scarf, a Bible. Children chase each other between bunks, laughing. Parents sit quietly staring at the metal walls, imagining America as a sunrise waiting on the other side of the ocean. On the bridge stands Captain Edward John Smith. White beard, calm eyes, immaculate uniform. He is a man at the end of a distinguished career. The Titanic will be his final command. To passengers and crew, he is not just a captain. He is reassurance. At noon, the air trembles. The Titanic's horn bellows across the harbor, a sound so deep it rattles the glass in windows miles away. Ropes are cast off, propellers churn, the giant awakens. She moves slowly at first, like a creature stretching after a long sleep. On the docks, hands wave, hats fly, voices crack with emotion. The Titanic slips away, turning toward the open sea. Southampton shrinks behind her. Ahead lies France, Ireland, and then the long blue wilderness of the Atlantic. But no one thinks about distance. No one thinks about danger. They think about the miracle they stand upon. Smooth decks, warm cabins, music drifting faintly from salons. For many, this is the safest place on earth. For some, the most beautiful. And for all of them, it is a beginning. As the Titanic sails toward the horizon, no one sees what waits in the night ahead. No one hears the warnings yet to come. And no one imagines how quickly wonder can turn into silence. For now, the sea is calm, the sky is clear, and the greatest ship ever built cuts through the water with the grace of a king. The days blend into something almost dreamlike. The Titanic glides across the Atlantic as if carried by invisible hands. Her engines hum a steady lullaby felt in the floors, the walls, the bones. At sunrise, the ocean turns silver. At noon, it becomes a sheet of blinding blue. At night, it disappears into a darkness so complete, it feels alive. Life on board unfolds like a grand play. In first class, mornings begin with gentle music and white-gloved service. Ladies walk the promenade wrapped in furs, their laughter carried by the wind. Men smoke cigars in leather chairs, debating business, politics, the promise of the new world. Afternoons drift by in conversations, games, and strolls on the sunlit deck. Evenings bring candlelit dinners with crystal glasses and menus written in French. It all feels eternal, as if nothing in the world could disturb the perfection around them.
In second class, passengers enjoy quieter joys, reading in warm lounges, writing letters home, leaning on the railings under the stars. Their cabins are comfortable, their meals generous, their hopes high. And in third class, the heart of the ship, there is life in its purest form. People sing in their native tongues, fiddles echo through corridors. Children race up and down the passageways, squealing with delight. Young couples dance. Elderly parents smile with a mixture of exhaustion and courage. Here are people who have left everything behind. Villages, families, entire pasts, packed into a single suitcase, carried into a single dream. Above them all, the great ship pushes forward, steady and confident. Telegrams crackle in the wireless room. Operators tap out messages for passengers, love letters, business updates, plans for New York. Between these, warnings begin to arrive. Ice sighted. Large bergs drifting south. Dangerous fields along the expected route. Some of these messages reach the bridge. Others disappear beneath a pile of personal transmissions. No one senses urgency. Why should they? The Titanic is fast. The Titanic is strong. The Titanic is unsinkable. The sea begins to change. On April 14th, the sun sets in colors of fire and gold. People gather on deck to take photographs, unaware they are capturing the last sunset the Titanic will ever know. After dark, something feels different. The surface of the ocean becomes unnaturally smooth. A perfect glassy stillness sailors call a dead calm. There is no wind, no waves, no foam around the bow. It is as if the sea is holding its breath. The temperature drops sharply. Breath becomes frost in the air. Sailors pull on thicker coats. Above the ship, the sky is clear, painfully clear. No clouds, no moon. Only stars blazing so brightly they seem within reach. But this beauty hides a danger every experienced seaman knows. Without waves, without moonlight, icebergs become invisible. And the Titanic is steaming ahead at full speed, 22 knots, chasing a record, chasing pride. Inside, people sleep, people dance, people pray, people dream. The great ship sails deeper into the Atlantic night, into waters cold enough to preserve silence itself. And somewhere ahead, in that silent, moonless void, an iceberg waits, motionless, massive, ancient, waiting for the moment when steel meets ice and history changes forever.
April 14th, 1912, 11:40 p.m. Two lookouts stand in the crow's nest, scanning the horizon with numb hands and burning eyes. The cold has sharpened everything, every breath, every heartbeat, every distant glimmer. They have no binoculars, they rely entirely on instinct and prayer. And then, one of them sees it. A smudge. A shadow darker than the dark around it. A shape rising silently from the black ocean. "Iceberg, right ahead!" His cry tears the night open. On the bridge, the officer of the watch reacts instantly. "Hard a starboard! Full reverse!" Engines strain, the rudder swings. But a ship as vast as the Titanic does not turn like a dancer. She moves like a continent. The bow veers, too slow, too late. At 11:40 p.m., the Titanic brushes past the iceberg. No crash, no shattering explosion, just a low, dreadful growl, a sound like the continent of ice dragging its nails down the length of the ship. On deck, most passengers feel nothing. A few sense a vibration underfoot. Some pause mid-sentence. Others barely notice. But deep below, where the steel plates curve into the ocean, the wound opens. Cold water rushes in with the force of a living creature, violent, icy, merciless. Within minutes, the first 5 watertight compartments begin to flood. Not 4, 5.
and 5 is the number that seals the Titanic's fate. Thomas Andrews, the ship's builder, inspects the damage in silence. He doesn't shout. He doesn't panic. He simply turns to Captain Smith and speaks the words no one should ever hear. She will founder. It is a mathematical certainty. The Titanic, this steel miracle, this floating dream, is going to sink. And yet, above decks, the world remains calm. The tilt is still barely noticeable, so the order to prepare the lifeboats feels strange, unnecessary, unreal. Passengers hesitate. Some laugh, some protest, some refuse to leave the warm, bright ship for small wooden boats hanging over a black ocean. The first lifeboats are lowered half empty. In first class, violins begin to play, soft, steady, surreal. The musicians stand straight backed against the cold, their music drifting across the deck like a prayer. In second class, fear grows slowly like frost creeping across glass. In third class, chaos erupts. Corridors flood, doors jam, families scramble to reach the upper decks, clutching their children, their documents, their memories. The bow sinks lower, lights flicker, metal groans. The Titanic is dying. By 2 a.m., the tilt becomes unmistakable. Passengers cling to railings. The deck is now a hill of polished wood. Stars stare down like witnesses. At 2:18 a.m., the Titanic breaks. A thunderous crack splits the night. The stern lifts high, exposing propellers that glint under the stars. The bow plunges downward, swallowed whole by the Atlantic. Then the stern, trembling like a wounded animal, rises one last time, pauses, and descends into the abyss with terrifying grace. In less than 3 minutes, the Titanic is gone. Silence falls over the water, a silence broken only by distant cries drifting across the dark. Hundreds struggle in the freezing sea. Boats pull back only timidly, too few, too late. When dawn arrives, the ocean is strangely calm. Debris floats, a child's shoe, a broken chair, a diary soaked and ruined, a hat drifting like a memory. The RMS Carpathia arrives and rescues 705 survivors. Men, women, children wrapped in blankets, their eyes hollow, their hands shaking. They have witnessed something the world will never forget. More than 1,500 souls are lost. In the years to come, the Titanic will become more than a tragedy. It will become a symbol, a story carved into the collective memory of humanity, a reminder of ambition, hubris, hope, and fragility. A monument of steel that lies in darkness 2.5 miles under the sea, preserved by cold, guarded by silence. A ship built to defy nature, returned to it.